Let's talk about one of the most stubborn, most frustrating health goals out there, losing that belly fat. But what if I told you the fat you can actually see and pinch isn't the real problem? Today, we're going to dive into what the science says is the absolute fastest way to shrink the most dangerous fat hiding in your body. So, does this sound familiar? You're doing everything right, you're eating clean, you're hitting the gym, and hey, the number on the scale is actually going down. But you look in the mirror and your waistline just doesn't seem to be getting the memo. It is maddening, I know, but the real issue here might not be what you think it is at all. You see, that fat you can grab onto, that's not really the enemy we're fighting today. The real danger is a type of fat that's hidden, packed deep inside your abdomen. And once you understand what it is, you'll finally have the key to getting rid of it for good. All right, let's get into it. Section 1, the hidden danger of belly fat. Look, before we can fight this stuff, we have to know what we're up against, because it turns out not all fat is created equal. Okay. Meet the real villain, visceral fat. Now, unlike the subcutaneous fat, the stuff right under your skin that you can pinch, this fat is an internal fat. It's packed deep down in your abdominal cavity, and it's literally wrapping itself around your crucial organs. And because of where it is, it's not just a cosmetic issue, not by a long shot. It's a serious metabolic problem. Yeah, this really isn't about fitting into your old genes. Visceral fat is actually metabolically active. It's like its own little toxic factory, pumping out inflammatory proteins that dramatically increase your risk for some really serious stuff, like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and fatty liver disease. Now, I know that sounds pretty grim, but hang on. Here is the crucial part, the good news. Even though it's so dangerous, visceral fat is incredibly responsive. It's actually the easiest type of fat to burn off once you have the right strategy. And that strategy is exactly what we're about to cover. Okay, section 2, eat the rainbow to burn fat. Our very first weapon in this fight starts right on your plate. Turns out, certain foods have these amazing compounds that can literally tell your body to start torching this dangerous fat. Let me introduce you to carotenoids. These are the natural pigments that give veggies like carrots their vibrant orange color and tomatoes their rich red. But they do so much more than just look pretty. They're powerful antioxidants, so they fight the inflammation that leads to fat storage. And get this, they can actually flip the switches on your genetics, turning on your fat-burning genes and turning off your fat-storing genes. How cool is that? So where do you find them? It's simple. You eat colorful vegetables. Seriously, just think of your shopping cart as a painter's palette. You want to load up on things like carrots, all colors of bell peppers, sweet potatoes, and dark leafy greens like spinach. The more color on your plate, the better you're doing. All right, section 3, the fat-fighting power of tea. So we've covered what to eat. Now let's talk about what you should be drinking to really speed things up. So our next secret weapon is a group of antioxidants called catechins. And one of the absolute best sources on the planet, green tea. I'm sure you've heard that green tea helps burn fat, and I'm here to tell you it is not a myth. It's all thanks to these amazing little molecules. What's so amazing is how catechins launch this three-pronged attack on fat. First off, they give your metabolism a nice little boost, which helps you burn more fat all day long. Second, they actually block some of the enzymes that process fat, meaning you absorb less of it from your food. And third, they team up with a natural caffeine in the tea to make your body even better at using fat for energy. It's a total win-win-win. And this isn't just theory, There was a great Japanese study that showed after just 12 weeks of drinking catechin-rich green tea every day, people saw a major drop in their visceral fat. So if you want the best results, look for minimally processed teas like matcha or sencha, because they are absolutely packed with the good stuff. So let's move on to section 4, exercise, the visceral fat eraser. We've covered nutrition, which is huge, but to truly get results, we have to talk about exercise. It plays a uniquely powerful role in targeting this specific type of fat. Okay, this is such a crucial point, so lean in. While changing your diet is generally the best tool for losing overall weight on the scale, study after study shows that exercise is far superior when it comes to specifically targeting and burning off visceral fat. You need both, for sure, but they each have their own special superpower. 48%. Just look at that number. What in the world could cause such a massive reduction in dangerous fat? Well, that 48%, that was the reduction in visceral fat seen in a study where people simply cycled for 45 minutes just twice a week for 2 months. And here's the absolute craziest part. Their total body weight barely changed. This proves that the most important changes were happening on the inside, completely invisible to the scale. I mean, this just drives the point home, doesn't it? If you're exercising, you're eating well, but that number on the scale is being stubborn, please, please do not get discouraged. You could be totally transforming your body composition, losing that dangerous fat and building lean muscle, and the scale is just not smart enough to show you any of that incredible progress.
Okay, section 5, your ultimate workout protocol. So if exercise is the key, what kind is best? Let's break down the ideal plan based on what the science tells us works the fastest.
A massive review of 84 different trials found a clear winner. When it comes to burning visceral fat, vigorous aerobic exercise and high-intensity interval training, HIIT, are the undisputed champions. Now, that doesn't mean you should skip weightlifting. Resistance training is vital for building muscle and boosting your metabolism. But if your number one goal right now is rapid visceral fat loss, cardio is your best friend. So what does that actually look like? Well, the data points to a really simple formula. You want to aim for 2 to 3 sessions a week, with each one lasting at least 45 minutes. And, this is key, you've got to make sure the intensity is there. So what does moderate to vigorous even mean? Well, you don't need a fancy heart rate monitor to figure it out. Just use the simple talk test. If you're exercising at a moderate intensity, you can still talk in full sentences, but you'll sound a little breathy. But if you've pushed it up into vigorous intensity, you'll only be able to get a few words out before you have to gasp for a breath. It's a super simple, super effective way to know if you're in the right zone. And that brings us to our final section, consistency over perfection. We've talked about what to do and how to do it, but honestly, this last principle is what ties it all together. It's probably the most important piece of the puzzle. And here it is. It's so simple, but so true. A textbook perfect workout plan that you absolutely hate doing is useless if you only do it once a month. Being consistent with something you enjoy will always, always beat a perfect plan that you never follow. Finding an activity that you genuinely look forward to, whether that's cycling, dancing, hiking, whatever, that is the real secret to long-term success. So I'll leave you with this question. Forget about finding the perfect workout for a minute. What is one active, enjoyable thing that you can commit to doing this week to start going after that dangerous, hidden fat? Remember, the best time to start was yesterday, but the next best time is right now.